What you're talking about here is very serious. I mean, this is, you know, how to survive if you find yourself in these sorts of situations. What is singularly the biggest tip you could give somebody, the soundest advice that you could give,
I mean,
of everything?
Of everything, it's sort of
Keep your head?
the blanket thing is keep your head. It's don't panic. I mean, primarily we get ourselves into trouble because we're not prepared.
Yeah.
That's the first big, that's what happens back at home. You're not prepared, we get into the trouble. But then once you're there, you panic, and that's when it all falls to nothing at that point. So not panicking is the biggest, most vital tip.
Well, okay, you deal with animals in here, and you say, you know, how you deal with a jaguar is different than how you deal with a grizzly. So let's keep it Canadian. How do you deal with a grizzly?
Yes, the bear.
I've always nobody can give me the definitive answer on this, so I'm going to you.
Well, I mean, certainly there's variables involved, and certainly you have those exceptions to the rule, you know, the rogue animal, so to speak. But normally speaking, when it comes to grizzly bears, they don't want to eat us. That's not what they want. They want to protect their food that they were eating and they think you're going to take, or they want to protect their cubs because you get in between.
Yeah.
Similarly, black bears, they don't want to eat a human being. These things are extremely rare circumstances and accidents. And it really is it runs the gamut of what you're going to do. With a black bear, you can normally intimidate him away with sound and noise and making yourself bigger and all of that. With a grizzly bear, you can't intimidate. You know, you aren't going to intimidate a grizzly bear. I mean,
and you can't outrun them.
It's huge, and you can't outrun them. So for that, it's all about the backing away slowly, being really quiet, or laying still. You've heard people play dead.
Curling up in a ball?
Curling up in a ball, protecting all your vital areas and playing dead. People have done that, have had a chomp taken out of them, and then the bear just gets bored and walks away because he doesn't really want to eat them. But they live. Polar bears, that's what I worry about.
Oh, yeah, forget it.
Polar bears, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you're a lot like a big walking pink seal, I think, to a polar bear, so it's a different story.
Yeah, they're not picky. Give me the 1-minute advice on what you do if you're lost in the woods in the Canadian winter.
Oh, Canadian winter. Hopefully you've got a way of lighting a fire. The big question all the time is, do you make a shelter? Do you make a fire first? It's a sort of a debate. Well, it all depends on where you are. If it's a place like that, Canadian winter, oh man, you need both at the same time. You need that fire, you need the shelter. The big thing, get yourself out of the elements. Huge to get out of the elements. Don't panic and assess your situation. When you go, what am I wearing? What do I have on me? What have I got? Oh, I've got food. Oh, I've got a lighter. Oh, and there's a cabin a half a kilometer away. Okay, you assess that situation, first starting with your own body, then with everything else that's around you, sort of extrapolate it out. Now you've got knowledge, and knowledge is power at that point. You go, okay, I know what I need to do. I can get out of this within 2 days. I know what I need to do, and that's key.
Les, congratulations on your success. Come back anytime. Great to talk.